chat box. Okay. So, um, so we are now recording, and let's begin our orientation for this course. If you have read the orientation module here in Canvas, you might be familiar with whatever I'm going to talk about. No? So for this year, we did not prepare any PowerPoint because everything is loaded in Canvas. We want you to actually go through all the contents so you will be familiar with the update on how your Canvas course card will look like for our subject. Okay? So medyo in-update namin siya, hindi na siya yung boring na modules lang dati. Okay? So this is analytical chemistry lecture. Okay, so we will meet every Thursday. Thursday ngayon, di ba? 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Okay? And since this is a lecture class, we only have a limited time. So 2 hours per week tayo. That means most likely we will consume the entire class hours. No? Unlike in the laboratory wherein you have plenty of time, okay, in the lecture, hindi tayo pinagpala sa time. So that's why we have to maximize our discussions. Okay. Later, I will talk about the nature of analytical chemistry, what this course is all about. Okay, pero later na yon. For now, let us talk about paano yung mga assessments for this class na. Okay, so diretsahan na tayo. Basically, this course is similar with what you had last semester, yung organic chem, no? So, just like organic chem, meron tayong formative and summative assessment. Each of them bears 50% of your grade, okay? So, for the formative, basically that's quiz, no? Okay, dati quiz. Pero ngayon, we will add a problem set, no? Kasi alam namin na most of you are struggling sa quizzes, no? Kaya yung problem set, the purpose is to at least give you an opportunity na makabawi in case na mababa yung score. Okay? So, yun. So, hindi lang tayo quiz, may problem set na rin. Okay? And then, for every chapter, there will be a corresponding formative assessment to that. Okay? Meaning, since we have 8 chapters, meron tayong 8 quizzes and 8 problem sets. Okay? In the laboratory class, that's very similar with what you had last semester. Other than the quiz, you will be given experiments as well. Okay? So, yun lang. But for the lecture, ito yung in-update natin. So, hindi lang siya puro quiz, mayroon na rin prob set. Okay? And that's for the formative assessment. For the summative assessment, as is lang siya. So, it's the examinations. No? 50 items but 100 points each. No? And whatever grade you will get, that will be transmuted to a corresponding letter grade. And this is the corresponding QP, quality point ba tawag dyan? Not sure. Okay? If you were my student before, alam nyo kung paano ako nagko-conduct ng consultation. No? So, sa mga bago kong student, ganito ginagawa ko. Um, Pag consultation ng grades, I send an email, no? Not only in the midterm but also pagdating sa finals, no? So, bago ko encode yung grades sa Canvas, sa Student Central nyo, ini-inform ko kayo kung ano ba standing nyo para hindi tayo gulatan. Okay? And that will also give me a chance, no, uh, to see if tama ba yung nasa records ko, no? Kasi there were students before na nakalimutan ko pala checkan yung ganito nila. So at least before I encode it in your Student Central, nabago ko na yung grade na. And also sometimes people ask for negotiation. That's for rare cases, especially kunwari hindi nakapagpasa ng ganitong assessment. Sige, pwede pagbigyan, no? Pero may deduction. So, ganun tayo ka-transparent when it comes to grades. Okay? So, ayun na. So, don't worry, you will receive 2 emails for the entirety of semester listing your status, no? Kung kumusta na kayo sa SEM. Okay? So, yun lang. And if we go to the next page dito sa course syllabus, click nyo lang yung next page, you will be redirected to our course information booklet. And the course information booklet is not required to be read. However, if you can, please do so. This is very similar with what we had last semester then. No? So same lang naman. Okay? And the most important thing here is the course outline and the scheme of work. No? However, para mas maging easy yung ating para mas maging easy yung pagbabasa ng CIB, I tabulated the special dates here in the next page, which is the calendar of activities. Okay? So, siguro na kita nyo na to bago pa kayo umattend ng class na. So, yan. So, here in the calendar of activities, this is good for both of your Anachem courses, so lecture and lab. Dito naka-layout ang ating calendar from January 2022 until May. Okay? So, this is the thing that I'd like to focus on. Na? Okay. So, alam niyo naman yung nangyari last week. The classes were suspended. No? However, when we say suspended, it doesn't mean na this week is the first week. No? Hindi ganun. Suspended in a sense na week 2 ngayon. Okay? Kasi week 1 na nakaraan. Okay? Hindi minove yung calendar. Instead, yung buong week, krinos out lang natin. Okay? So, that's why kung nagtataka kayo, may mga instructor kayo na nagtuturo agad like yung gagawin ko later. Okay? Kasi week 2 na talaga tayo sa ating calendar. And we are instructed to make those adjustments. No? Kasi maraming holiday ngayong taon. Okay? So, yan. So, walang pasok last week. Okay? And hopefully, nakapagpahinga kayo. Okay? Last week, dun lang ako naka-recover din from COVID. So, I hope na kung meron man may sakit dito, sana hindi siya COVID. Or if some of you are still recovering, give yourself a chance to rest naman. Okay? So, yun. Ito. Diyan ako nag-negative na. As 1 week after, stress na agad, di ba? Okay. So we are now in week 2 already, and our goal for this course is to discuss chapter 1. Okay, so this is true for lecture and the laboratory. Okay, and then next week is week 3. Ito yung ating gagawin. So we'll proceed with chapter 2. And the only holiday next week is the February 1 holiday, the Chinese New Year. This is a special non-working holiday. So, ibig sabihin, wala talaga tayong gagawin. Okay? Chapter 2 will continue until week 4, wherein on week 4, our university will be having its birthday. No? So, birthday ni FEU. Okay, so basically, let's see the University Foundation Week. No? As you can see here, nilagay ko irregular class schedules. Why? Kasi irregular talaga yung classes dito. Depending on what the CSO will announce or the FEU admin will announce. So, we are yet to hear from them anong dates dito yung walang pasok. And pag in-announce yun, tignan nyo ulit yung calendar, and kapag naka-red siya, ibig sabihin wala talaga siyang pasok. For example, ito, nakakulay red yung ating numbers dyan, meaning wala talaga siyang pasok. Okay? So again, for the University Foundation Week, we don't have regular class schedules. So that means there will be chances na may klase kayo, merong chance na wala. Okay? Depending on the activities to be laid out by the CSO. Also, one important date on week 4 is the last day of enrollment. Okay? So in case na gusto nyo lumipat ng schedule or lumipat ng instructor, you can do it until February 9. Okay? And then on Saturday, February 12, that's university holiday, meaning wala talagang pasok ng araw na yan. Okay? So if you have Saturday classes on that week, walang pasok yan. Okay, so moving on, after chapter 2, we will have chapter 3 on weeks 5 and 6. No? So the only holiday for chapter 3 is the EDSA anniversary. Okay? Another thing to keep in mind is that after the chapter number, nakalagay doon kung ano yung activity. No? For example, on this week, probably mag-asynchronous tayo or tignan natin, no? Kung hindi talaga possible yung asynchronous classes, then we might not have any classes at all for this week. Okay? Pero let's check no, what will be their announcement. For week 5, as you can see here, it is highlighted that we will have quiz 1 here. No? So you might be thinking, bakit ang layo? No? So we are on week 2, tapos yung quiz 1 nasa week 5 pa. So the answer is that yung enrollment kasi, it was moved no, to February 9 last Sunday. Okay? So originally it's February 2, but they moved it to February 9. So meaning there will be no submissions in any form in the next 3 weeks. In the next 2 weeks. No? Pagdating ng week 5, doon pa lang tayo magsasubmit ng mga requirements. Okay? So I hope your instructors are also following that. No? Kasi nakikita ko yung iba, parang nagpapasubmit na agad and nagpapaquiz. No? So that is not allowed dapat. Okay? So yun. So in our cluster, we follow that. Okay, we strictly follow all the protocols of the university. That's why dito lang tayo magkakaroon ng quiz 1. Okay, and on week 6, we will have our chapter, the continuation of chapter 3, pero may quiz 2 tayo niyan. Okay, chapter 2 yung quiz 2. Okay. And on week 7 and 8, we will have our chapter 4 discussion, the last chapter for the midterm period. And may mga corresponding quizzes then per week. Okay? So starting week 5, tuloy-tuloy na may quiz. Okay? Ganun. So sa ngayon, chill lang pero susunod, stress na uli. Okay? But I know you can do it naman. Okay, you are given plenty of time to prepare prior to your first quiz. Also, this applies to the problem set. No, as you can see earlier this week, you received a notification about it. No? So matagal pa yung pasahan nun, February 19 pa. So ano pa lang ngayon, 27. So 3 weeks pa. Okay, 4 weeks ata. 3 weeks. Okay. Matagal pa. Ayun. Okay, and then on week 9, we will have our midterm examination. Okay, and then susunod dyan, we will have our midterm consultation. So again, in the midterm consultation, you will just receive an email from me. But if ever you have any clarification, okay, or concerns, then you can respond to that email thread, or you can schedule an MS Teams meeting. Okay. So if wala namang issues or question, then just acknowledge the receipt of the email. Okay. So basically, yun lang yung first half ng ating semester. And as you can see, ang daming gagawin sa buhay. Okay? Pero kaya nyo yan. Okay, and then let's proceed to week 11 and 12. On week 11 and 12, we will have our chapter 5 discussion. Finals period na to. The only holiday is April 9, Day of Valor, Araw ng Kagitingan. And then on week 13 and 14, we will have our chapter 6 discussion. Apparently, week 13 is Holy Week. However, for non-Catholic schools like FEU, may pasok yung Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Kasi the only declared holiday is the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday, di ba? So, dito namatay, dito nabuhay. Okay? So, yun. Ito lang talaga yung mga walang pasok. Pero typically for non-sectarian schools like FEU, may pasok yung Monday to Wednesday. If I'm not mistaken, Wednesday is half day naman. Okay? So that means you still have time to go to wherever you want to go. Okay. So yun. And then after that, wala na uling suspension. After Easter Sunday, back to work ulit tayo. On week 15 and 16, on week 15, we will have chapter 7 discussion, and week 16, we will have chapter 8 discussion. Okay, and week 17 is a buffer week in case we really need to extend our discussions. Pwede yung gawin. And week 17 is probably one of the most important week sa buhay nyo. Why? Because I think majority of you will ano will vote for the first time. If I'm not mistaken, di ba? Mga 18, 19 years old kayo right now or 20. So most probably this is the first election in your lifetime. In my case, this will be my third election. Okay? So I first nag-vote ako 2016, then 2019, then 2022. Okay, so every 3 years. So kayo, first time nyo lang yan. And this is a holiday, meaning wala talagang pasok. Everyone is encouraged to go to your polling precinct. Okay? And please lang, our future lies in your shaded names. Kung sino man i-shade nyo doon nakasalalay ang ating future. Because otherwise, if you vote wrong people, we will suffer for another 6 years. So just be, ano na lang, just do whatever you think is right. Okay? And makinig kayo ng mga interviews for now, walang debate, no? Interviews. Makinig, maigi. And that should help you decide who to vote. Okay. And then after yan, other than May 9 as one of the important days sa buhay nyo, as young adult na kayo, another important day is the May 13, the dropping. So in case na uh, ayaw nyo bumagsak talaga, however, you cannot redeem yourself anymore, then you can choose to drop the course na so that hindi siya lalabas sa TOR. Okay? But I'll share you an information na lang. No? All of my students pass the course naman. Okay? Bihira lang yung bumabagsak sa akin. No? Papasa naman lahat siguro. Okay? This semester. Nung nagturo ako ng Anachem last year, pumasa lahat. Pero the grade is, of course, distributed. No? Merong A, merong B, B plus, C, C plus, D plus, D, and F. Yung F wala. No? Hopefully, this year, ganun pa rin. But of course, sana higher yung grades. No? Sana lowest na yung C plus. No? But let's see. No? Tignan natin. And on week 18, this is the final examination week. And on May 23 to 25, this is our grade and coding. Okay, so bale, di ba sa ibang teacher nyo, hindi na sila nag-consultation sa finals, no? Midterm lang din, yung final grade nyo, gulatan na lang, no? Ako nag-i-inform ako kung ano yung magiging grade nyo. Okay, so usually I send it a day before I encode the grades, no? Okay, para in case na may violent reactions or may gusto ipahabol na submission, then pwede natin i-consider yan. Okay? So, ganun lang. I usually encode on the last day of the grade encoding. Ayun. Okay, so basically that's our calendar of activities for this subject, and it's pretty straightforward. The numbers with red colors, no, sila yung walang pasok. So you just need to wait, no, for some announcements to be posted on Facebook by FEU CSO. Then kapag nagkulay red yan dito, meaning wala talaga tayong pasok. Okay? So yun. What else? Let's talk about the shopping list, no? Nakita ko may nag-screenshot nito sa 1FEU. They're looking for this textbook, and probably that's one of your greatest questions sa ngayon. Is the textbook required? Ako, I do not use the word required talaga. However, our problem sets will come from the textbook. No? So that means if you have the resources, go purchase this one. But if you don't have any resources for now, especially money, um, just find ways na lang. No? Okay? So, ganun. Sorry. Ayun. Ikaw ba yun, Mary? Hindi ko sure eh. Pero
Opo,
alam ko
ako,
ibang
sir.
ibang
Ayun,
name yung nakita ko sa 1FEU eh. Pero anyway,
France
binigyan
po,
naman
sir.
kita ng picture ng table of contents, di ba? Ayun, you can compare it, no? Ayun, so pag bibili kayo second hand, check nyo sa akin kung okay naman yung table of contents, no? Kasi typically kapag libro, ano lang, nauurong lang yung page number. Ganun lang yung mga pakulo ng mga authors ng libro eh. Yung first edition, iba yung page color. Second edition, iba yung page number. Third edition, iba yung colors ng text. Ayan. Lahat na ginawa para para ano, maraming edition kunwari. But ayun, for the textbook, our problem sets will come from it. Um, pero ayun, if you cannot purchase it, just find ways na lang. No? Okay lang naman. And just again, just to remind you, week 5 pa naman yung mga first submission natin. Week 5 pa. Okay? And anong week pa lang tayo? Week 2. Okay? So that means you still have plenty of time to look for the materials kasi dito pa tayo magpapasa ng requirements. We follow the rules kasi. Okay, if you wish to purchase this is already 955 pesos. Go to FEU Tams Bookstore. This is their Facebook page. And look for some information there na lang. For the calculator, to my former students, alam na nila to. In my final grade consultation, I included in the last line of the email that they need specific version of calculator for this semester. Why? Because analytical chemistry is purely mathematics. Okay, so hindi lang siya chem na stressful. It also has mathematics side. So if you find chem stressful and math very stressful, pagsamahin mong dalawa, anachem yun. So, anachem yun. Ang math pati chem. So, nakakaiyak minsan. However, gaya nga ng sinabi ko, last year pumasa lahat ng students ko. So, papasa din kayo for sure. But, that should not be your assurance. No? Okay? So, hindi porket papasa, ibig sabihin yun na yun. No? Hindi. Last year yun, but this year iba yung case. Okay? So, ayun lang. When dealing with mathematics, no, if your calculator is powerful enough, minsan hindi mo na kailangan nag-derive. Okay? So, alam mo yun, di ba, pag may mga logarithmic function tayo, magda-derive ka. Okay? So, kunwari, eto, oopsie, ayan, organic chem, favorite subject niya. Okay, kunwari, may mga i-deal kasi tayo sa analytical chemistry na logarithms, no? Meron tayong exponential functions. Meron tayong mga polynomials. Yan. Yan. Magaganyan tayo, no? So, ang daming gagawin. So, kunwari, ang ating function, e raised to ln x. So, ano mangyayari? Ano result niyan? Solve for the value of x. Ganun. So, it's purely mathematical, no? And if you don't have a powerful calculator with you, chances are you might lag behind. Okay? Pwede ka ma-late. Kasi pag inabsorb mo yung lesson, minsan matagal talaga, di ba? So, yun. Kapag hindi maganda yung calculator nyo, tapos medyo struggle pa sa math, matatagalan ka talaga. Okay? So, meaning, if you have the resources, if you have the money, you can purchase calculator like 570, Casio 570. Okay, so ito yung mga suggested calculator ko. Casio 570, pwede yung ES, ES plus or EX. Kayo bahala. 991 as well. Pwede yan. ES plus, and EX. Kayo bahala dyan. And pwede rin naman itong iba ko nilista. Okay? But I highly recommend that if you're going to purchase a calculator, make sure it has a ship solve function. Okay? Kasi in analytical chemistry, I don't just teach the derivation. I also teach the shortcut. Ako bilang tamad na tao, I always look for the shortcut. And alam ko tinatamad din kayo minsan, so I will teach you the shortcuts. Okay? So, yan. So, hindi ako madamo pagdating sa techniques. No? So, I will really share it to you. So, that's why we need to have the similar calculators, 570 and 991, so that alam nyo kung ano pipindutin ko. However, if you do not have budget, okay lang. Bakit? Sabi ko dito in our canvas, if your budget does not permit you to purchase a calculator, you may download the 90-day trial software from Casio Education. Okay? So if you press this website, you will be redirected to Casio website. Okay? So just as I said here, you just need to scroll down, look for this picture here, the FXES Plus emulator. Okay, so you just need to scroll down, and there you go. You have your FXES Plus emulator. So basically, this is a version of your calculator pero sa computer mo siya ilalagay. Okay? So ito yung for those without budget na pero may laptop. So you can use this. It's 90-day free trial. 90 days from now is I'm not sure kung June yun or end of May. Okay? So yan. So this is the calculator. So what you're going to do is to press this drop down arrow. So you will be given options here. And then you choose 570 or 991. Pwede rin naman yung 991. Pero ako I highly suggest ito na 570. Anyway, free naman yan. So you just click this thing here, 570, 991. You press download, and then you will be redirected to this pop-up tab. Choose student and university. Ayan. Choose your region. In our case, we live in the Philippines. Ayan. Just select it. And check this, I have read and consented to the software license agreement. Wala naman nagbabasa niyan eh. So click nyo na lang yung download. Then once downloaded, you need to install that. I know you know how to install softwares. Next lang yan until it is finished. No? And once installed, this is how your calculator will look like. No? Ayan. So basically, para talaga siyang calculator nyo rin. Okay? So itong calcu na yan, ayan siya. Okay? This is old version, that's second edition. Okay? So yan. This is for those without any budget for a modern calculator, no? Like 991, Class Swiss, 570. Okay? Pero kung may budget kayo, look for those things in Shopee. I highly suggest Shopee. Legit naman yung calculator done. Because if you go to National Bookstore, it's very expensive. Okay. Shopee, you can use voucher. Malapit na yung payday sale. So, ganun lang. At again, if walang budget, that's fine. Just download this software. So, the reason, the most important reason why I require my students to have the similar calculators is that kasi nga I will teach you the shortcuts, di ba? Okay, so pag-iisa yung calculator natin, 570, 991, or Class Swiss, meaning iisa lang din yung pipindutin natin sa calcu. Okay, so let me demonstrate you why I call this a powerful calculator, because it can do algebraic expressions for you. Okay, So, kasi sa chemistry natin ngayon, may algebra talaga. Kung hate niyo yung algebra, wala tayong magagawa. So, yan. So, suppose pH calculation yan, the equation for pH is negative log of x. Kunwari, the pH is 8.5. What's the concentration of the acid? Kunwari, ganun yung question. Tuturo ko naman to, don't worry. Next chapter to. Okay? So, kunwari, the pH is 8.5. What's the concentration of H+? Okay? If wala kang powerful calculator, you solve it manually. Okay? Ayan. You need to solve it manually. Okay? So, the equation is pH equals negative log H+. Ayan. Then, you do anti-logarithm. That's 10 raised to negative pH equals H+. Next chapter to, don't worry. However, kunwari, ayaw mo mag-derive like this one, pwede naman yung equation mismo yung i-type mo sa calculator. The value of pH is 8.5. Yan yun. And then, since may equal sign doon, pipindutin ko yung alpha and equal sign. Don't worry, I'll create a separate video on this. Na. And also, during our discussion, ituturo ko siya. And then, negative log of H+. So, negative log of H+. However, since H+ is missing, we make it the unknown X. So, you press alpha X. So, yan. The reason why we call it shift solved kasi instead of you performing the derivation, si calculator na bahala. So, the main reason bakit siya tinatawag na shift solve is kasi pipindutin mo yung shift and yung solve. Shift and then solve. And then press equal sign, you will get your answer. So that's the shortcut now. So yun. Your calculators can do the derivations for you. So that's why I suggest na gumamit ng modern calculator like 991 and 570. Okay? So yun. There's lots of techniques in using the calculator. Don't worry, tuturo ko siya sa inyo lahat. Okay? Basta ang pinaka-importante for now is that we use the same calculator para iisa yung nakikita natin sa screen. Okay? So again, if you don't have any budget, ayan, just download this software. But if you already have the model of this calculator, then that's good, no? You don't need to purchase any. Ayun lang. Cleanose ko ba? I think cleanose ko. So, yun lang. Yun lang naman yung kailangan natin sa lecture. No? Yung textbook, gawan nyo ng paraan. If hindi kaya makabili, that's fine. Yung calculator, kung hindi makabili sa Shopee, edi yung software na lang. Okay? So, yun lang. And another thing that we will implement in this course is the use of the discussion board na. So yan, the use of discussion board. Para saan to, no? Of course, for you to really participate in the class, no? Other than yung mga recitation sa ating magiging class later, pwede rin kayo kasi dito mag-earn ng bonus points, no? Sabi ko dito, for every discussion board you contributed to, you will earn 1 bonus point. And that will be added to your quiz score. Okay, and apparently we have 9 discussion boards. The general course Q&A and chapters 1 to 8. So, ang first activity nyo is to contribute into the general course Q&A. By the way, when contributing to our discussion board, you are not limited to questions only. You can also give us insight na. Kunwari, wala ka talaga matanong, pwede insight na lang. For example, yung chapter na i-discuss ko later, if you don't have any questions about that, then you can give us an insight. For example, what I learned in this topic is that analytical chem is dreadful, nakatakot, scary. Pwede na yun, 1 point na yun. Okay? But if you have questions na, like for example, sir, how do I calculate for this problem? Then you can contribute it to the discussion board na. Ganun. So, basta magtanong, may 1 point. And bukod pa yan sa mga pa-bonus ko na, my former students can attest to that. I do give bonus quizzes, no? Lalo na kapag mababa yung score ng lahat, na nagbibigay ako ng mga bonus quizzes. Okay? So, ayan. But for now, since wala pa tayong mga quizzes, discussion board muna, na? Kasi basta mag-contribute ka dyan, may 1 point ka agad. Okay? So hopefully before the end of Saturday, no, you contribute dito sa general course Q&A. Give us the following information: your name, age, section, dream job, how did your first semester go, expectation in this class, and in case you have any questions other than what I mentioned earlier, please let me know nas. And then I will reply it to you kapag free na yung time ko. Okay? So, yan. Yan yung first activity nyo. Just press this and then contribute. Okay? For example, ito yung mga contributions. Di ko pa nababasa lahat eh. Ayan. Okay? Kunwari ako, what's my name? I'm Sir Jim. Jim Cruz. Age, kaka 24 ko lang. So, quarter life crisis na. Or midlife na, I don't know. Midlife crisis na ata ako. Section, kung ano section natin, dream job. Ako gusto ko na lang maging alam mo yung maghahala-halaman ka na lang, tas bilyonaryo ka. May ganun. Ayan. So, yun yung dream job ko. Tumunga nga. Okay. How did your first semester go? Kunwari, in my case, I find it kind of stressful. Hindi naman dahil sa students ko. Magagaling yung mga students ko last semester. The reason why it's stressful for me is yung internet kasi. I struggled a lot sa internet kasi ang daming times na napuputol yung converge sa amin. Ayun. Pero okay naman siya overall. Expectation in this class, my expectation to my students is to participate more because gaya nga ng sinabi ko earlier, analytical chemistry is a difficult course, no? Mahirap siya, maraming math plus chemistry concept. So mahirap talaga, no? So if you don't participate that much, if you don't raise questions that much, ibig sabihin, you might not be learning from this course. So, ganun. Kasi the more you ask questions, that means interested ka talaga sa subject natin. No? And that's why that's why we will make use of the discussion board. No? Okay? Para magtanong talaga kayo kung kailangan nyo magtanong. Okay? So, ganun lang. This is a very hard subject for most of the people. But with proper guidance, mararaos nyo rin ito. Okay? Pinaghalong math and chem kasi ito. Pag may question kayo, just let me know sa general course Q&A. Pwede rin naman kayo mag-PM sa Messenger or sa MS Teams or email. Kayo bahala na. But if you can do it sa discussion board, then do it kasi graded doon. Okay? Math plus chem in. Ayan. Totoo yan. Alam nyo ba? Analytical chemistry is one of the hardest subject, no, if you are a chemist. Okay. Ako chemist ako. I have 5 subjects na tinake noong board exam. Inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, analytical chemistry, physical chemistry, and biochemistry. So 5 chem courses, 100 items each. Good for 2 days yung exam. Okay, board exam. Ang pinakamababa ko is Anachem. Actually, sa lahat ng mga nag-take ata, Anachem pinakamababa nila. Okay, ako yung uh, 3 subjects ko uh, matataas. No? Yung isa okay lang. Pero pagdating sa Anachem, 75 siya. Pero mataas na yon considering na yung mga kasama ko, ang grade sa Anachem 40, 20. Legit na nangyayari yan sa mga board exam. No? Minsan nga may single digit grade pa dun na. Kaya ako grateful na ako, line of 7 ako sa Anachem. Kasi bihira yan. Most of the time, 60 pababa yung mga grades sa Anachem. So, yan. Overall, line of 8 naman yung board exam grade ko. Kaya okay na rin. Valid ID rin naman yun. Hindi ko nga nagagamit eh. Ayan. So, ganun lang. Okay. So, ang context lang nun is Anachem is indeed tough. Okay. Whether you're a chemist or not chemist, no? Mahirap talaga siya. Because it's full of math, full of concepts, na chemistry pa. So, if you really find that thing hard, what more na may math pa na. So, don't worry. I will guide you through this course. And hopefully, magets nyo siya talaga. Okay? So, just raise questions. No? Ayun lang. No? Sa mga current students ko, mga bagong student, if you want to know more about me, just go to LinkedIn. Tignan nyo na lang pangalan ko doon. I will not elaborate more about me na lang. Tignan nyo na lang LinkedIn ko. Nandun na lahat eh. Okay. So also, going back to this picture here, ayan, this is our courses. Ito yung 8 chapters na i-discuss ko throughout the semester, 4 of which will be on the midterm and another 4 for the finals. In case na wala kayong MS Teams link, just go here, synchronous discussion. Kung gusto nyo pumunta sa discussion boards, go here, and to check your assessments, just click here. So we are done with the course orientation. Tour ko muna kayo dito. Okay? So dun sa mga bagong dating, especially mga ngayon na nakapag-enroll, click na lang kayo ng kahit anong section dyan. In your case, section 5 kayo, so click nyo yan. Okay? And ito na yung mga materials natin. Okay? Hindi pa sila lahat published because isa-isa ko pa sila ipapublish na as we go through the course. But for now, chapter 1 lang naman tayo. So, complete na yung material dito. If you press this, you will be redirected to this page. You have your chapter schedule, objectives, suggested readings, additional reference materials, and the PowerPoint na. Take note na Skoog yung gagamitin natin. However, if you are if ikaw ay masipag na studious ka talaga, you can also download the Harris textbook na. Ito yung ginagamit ko parati talaga. But in our case, we will use Skoog. But again, kung masipag magbasa, ito. And most of the prop sets will come from Skoog anyway. And this is the AOAC method, official's method of analysis. Kung na-curious kayo about the problem set, gagamitin ko yan later during our discussion. And then, ito, download nyo na lang yung PowerPoint. Okay? And this is the embedded file of the PowerPoint. In case na ayaw nyo mag-download, pindutin nyo na lang yan. Okay? And press next. You will be redirected to the discussion board. Marami na nagbigay ng insight. Yung iba may question, hindi ko pa nasasagot. Ayan, may question. Saka ko nasagot. Kapag hindi naka-attend ng klase, that's fine with me. Especially if you are working, I understand. Just go here sa discussion recording page. Andito lahat ng videos natin. Okay? And then yung quiz, matagal pa yan. February pa. So, huwag nyo muna problemahin. And this is the problem set now, which we'll cover later. Okay, so anyway, basically that's the end of our orientation. Okay, but it doesn't mean na matatapos na yung ating session today because we have to discuss one thing. Okay. Before we proceed with the chapter discussion, do you have any questions about the semester? How will this subject go? Baka may question kayo. None naman. Okay. Sige. So if there are no questions, I guess we can proceed with the chapter 1 discussion. So I'll make a separate recording for that.